in Ezra, chapter 15, verses 1 and 2. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call her Lord Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Harakah Kodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessing and salutation to the elect men who continue to push this truth throughout the four corners of the earth in these last days. Shalom, Makim. Shalom. Okay? Finna jump straight into it. This is a prophecy alert. Okay? Earthquake in Haiti kills over 1,400 people and counting. Okay? And as Yahweh Shah set up on the Mount of Olives with his disciples, he told them of these things that were coming, okay, upon today's society right now, upon the whole world, okay? He talked about 70 AD, and talking about the days that we're living in right now. The book of Matthew. Matthew chapter 24. Matthew 24. All right. And verse 3. Matthew 24 and 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us. So they did this in secret. Just like when the men of the Lord are on the highways and byways, when we'll fellowship with everything like this, we're doing everything in secret. We're talking about the kingdom of heaven in secret. Okay? Talking about the plans of Esau, Edom in secret. Privately. Casting out our pearls to swine. All right? So it says, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And that word world, okay, is specifically in this passage, okay, talking about the end of a rulership. Okay? Esau, Edom's rulership. Okay? The end of an age. That word world is going, it's synonymous with age. Okay? This is the end of an age that's finna happen. Okay? Verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Verse 5, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in divers places. Okay? This is an earthquake that has happened, okay? It happened previously, okay, with the tribe of Levi, which are the Haitians, okay, back in 2010, okay, where you had 330,000 odd people displaced, and you had over 220,000 killed. Okay? And let me just say this on the record, okay? The people of Haiti, they do all kind of voodoo and all kind of rituals that is totally wicked as fuck, okay? Just like the people of New Orleans do the same thing, down here in New Orleans, okay? They do the same shit, okay? The tribe of Levi, which is in New Orleans, and the tribe of Levi is in Haiti, the Port-au-Prince, all that, Miami, okay? Those are the tribe of Levi, those Haitians. We're just some wild, brothers, man. Okay? The bulk of Judah is down here in Baton Rouge. Okay? All right, just specifically speaking on Louisiana. All right? So it says, Haiti quake death toll climbs to 1,419. 1,419. Okay? Yesterday it was at 12. The day before that, the previous days it was at 2 and it went to 3. It's steady climbing. Why? Because after they dig all this rubble up and this debris, okay, these big cinder blocks that have crushed, okay, you Israelites, the tribe of Haiti, okay, They're finding dead bodies. And the count is going to steadily increase. And these are things we're forewarned, okay? Things in the 4-hour time with 4-hour learning. That these earthquakes were going to be happening upon the earth. And not just over there in Haiti. You had one happen in Alaska. Okay? You had over here in Cali. All right, out there in Cali. You had one last year in Mississippi. You had one in North Carolina. Diverse places. What does that mean? Places that have never been hit with earthquakes before. All right? It's so much terror going upon the whole earth that it's just, it's all prophecy. The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16 and verse 18, we start at 17. It says, woe is me, who would deliver me in those days? Verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. These are the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. Okay? People in panic, people in fear, people crying all day. Okay? People not having nothing to eat. All right? People in agony and pain. This is vexation of spirit right here. Confusion, not knowing what to do. All right? So let's read some of the article. It says, heavy rain from tropical depression Grace drenched Haiti on Monday, which is today. Okay? The date is what? 8/16/2021. August 16, 2021. Complicating rescue efforts. So with all this rain, the Most High is terrible, man. Okay? I'm going to send an earthquake. Then I'm going to send a hurricane right behind it. Storm and rain, so you won't be able to even get these Israelites from underneath that rubble. Okay? It's on pause right now. It says complicating. Complicating means making it difficult. Rescue efforts following Saturday's earthquake that left at least 1,419 people dead and tens of thousands homeless. Same shit the Lord did in 2010. He's bringing it back again. Okay? This is the visitation of Yahweh while Yahweh shot. All right? So it says up to 15 inches of rain were expected. That's going to flood it out. Okay? In parts of the country, with officials bracing for possible flash floods and mudslides. And this has already been projected, okay, that this storm, specifically Grace, because you have one named Fred, is going to hit, I think it's in Florida, all the way to the Gulf Coast. It's going to spread. But this one specifically, I think it's going to come next weekend, okay? It's going to come toward the Louisiana or Houston or Texas or state line, man. Okay? But before that happens, it's going to drench, okay, Haiti, Puerto Rico, and make its way over here to the States. The same way that the slaves got over here through the transatlantic slave trade, those storms follow the same path. Real quick, the book of Isaiah. All right? Isaiah, chapter 29, and verse 6, back into what I just read. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of the devouring fire. And specifically speaking on this right here, these hurricanes can be so deadly, okay, that they can cause power lines to spark and cause fires everywhere, man. Houses being burnt down, man, along with the drenching rain, okay? This is the visitation of the Lord. This is all prophecy right here, man. We're in the time of prophecy, okay? These things are happening, okay? And they're going to increase and increase. People say, well, these things been happening upon the earth. No, you've never had all these things happening simultaneously at one fucking time. Volcano eruptions, okay? Hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, on the brink of global famine, okay? The radio frequency identification chip, okay, thus saith the Bible, is on the table. It's near. Our salvation is nearer than we first believed. The chariots everywhere, okay? All these things are happening at the same time, simultaneously, okay? So it says, the storm's arrival comes as the country continues to reel from Saturday's magnitude 7.2 earthquake last month, assassination of President Jovenel Moise during the pandemic, extreme poverty and worsening violence. So they was already uproaring of the people, okay? And this man was going against that thing that's out here right now, okay? That's being global, that's being coming upon the whole society, for lack of a better word. You know what I'm talking about? That thing, quote unquote, okay? He was going against it, the president, and they took his ass out, okay? Whenever you go against Esau's agenda, he has to come in and try to take you out. But he's going to try to come against the men of the Lord, according to Isaiah 59:19. But it's not going to happen, okay? Because the spirit, the Lord said he's going to lift up a standard against him, okay? Spiritual power, divine intervention, okay? Scripture talks about the Elohim giving them charge over us. So they're going to guide us in all our ways, protect us. Abba Radazah, we're part of the elect number. The book of Second Ezra chapter 9, all right, back on what I just read out of the article, all right, Second Ezra chapter 9, all right, and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. That's that word time, okay? The Most High Yahweh through His Son Yahweh Shai deals with time. It's a set time for everything to happen, for this earthquake to happen, okay? For Jacob's trouble to happen, for World War III, okay? For the pre-chip to be implemented. Then bring in the MOTB, okay? The radio frequency, okay? And how do you measure the time? By looking at the prophecies, by watching, as Yahweh Shai said, watching. This is prophecy right here. This is death right here, man. Prophecy brings death and destruction. To say before. And we knew these things would happen because it's in the scriptures. How many times have the elders and apostles brought out this 2 Ezra 9, what I'm reading right now? Or Matthew 24, or in Luke 21, about these earthquakes, specifically on the earthquake. That these things were happening, and they're going and happening more and more, increase upon the earth, man. All right? The plagues are slack. The plagues are not slack, man. All right? So let me read that again in the article. It says, the storm's arrival comes as the countries continue to reel from Saturday's magnitude 7.2, which goes into Isaiah 29:6. Last month, assassination of President Jovenel Moise, the plague, the pestilence, extreme poverty, and worsening violence. 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1, the latter part says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, the reincarnation, okay? Lord willing, we were with Yahweh Shai. We were warned that these things were going to happen. We were told that these things were going to happen, okay? Before then, and now we're seeing it, okay? Yahweh Shai said, look, this is going to happen at this time, all right? So look, get ready to go. You're going to go here this time. You're going to wake up at this time. This brother going to wake up at this time, okay? You're going to go to your mother's womb. Yahweh Shai say, what I knew you before the womb, you were already ordained. You were already sanctioned. The elect were always sanctioned before they were all in the womb. Go to 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter. All right? It tells you about how the elect was sealed and had faith for a treasure. We were already sealed. Okay? Lord willing, we of that number, Abba Radazah. Okay? So that's what it means when it says you have been told these things before. All right? Verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. What does it say in Isaiah 29:6? Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts. Lord of hosts means what? Lord of armies, Lord of war. Okay? He sent the angels to cause this destructive earthquake, followed by a storm. How beautiful is that? Let's go. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. It said what? Worsening violence, poverty. The beginning of famine, as it says in 2 Ezra 16th chapter. The beginning of what? Sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine. All that ties hand in hand. It's going to run together. These earthquakes are going to cause poverty and famine because all those buildings are crushed with nowhere to stay. And if you look at this picture, proving that it's not in color. I don't have it in color. But if you look at it, you see these Israelites, the tribe of Haiti. That's a big fucking. The guy cut off right here. But the rest of the photo had a big ass mattress on the ground. Okay, and it got cut off because it went to another page. Okay, but yeah, this is poverty. An earthquake causes poverty, homeless. All right. The Lord has made that visit. It's official. It is official. Okay? Let me read that again. Therefore, when there shall be seen, we see it. How do we see it? Through the news. Okay? Earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which is what? Civil unrest. Okay? Haiti was already going through civil unrest. Okay? After before the president was murdered over there, they was rioting going on over there before then. Okay, after he got murdered, they was doing it, and then the Most High sent that earthquake because he's pissed at his people. He says he's going to kill off 2/3 of the nation of Israel through these different these plagues that are coming upon the earth. Earthquakes gonna kill you off there. Famine gonna kill you off there. These wars, these race wars, gonna kill you off here. These storms, hurricanes, tornadoes, okay? And taking this thing that's out here, you're gonna die that way too. Okay? Zechariah 13 days, a precept for that. Verse 4, 2 Ezra 9 and 4. Then, so when you see these things, know this. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee. Now, didn't I say that in verse 1? Before thee, use that word before. Here it is backing up again. All right. So it says, even from the beginning, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. I mean, it's going to be known. It's going to happen. You're going to see these things. You're going to be a witness to it. What does it say in Luke 21? This generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. All right. Read a little bit more in the article. All right. It says residents who lost their homes in the earthquake use sheets and sticks to erect makeshift tents on a soccer field in less chaos, if I'm saying that correctly. So they use sticks to make a tent. Okay? This is the judgment of Yahweh Shah. And he hasn't even really gotten started yet, man. It's just the beginning of the scripture say once again, man. People continue to flood the country already, overwhelmed hospitals and clinics. The country's Civil Protection Agency on Monday raised the number of injured in the quake to at least 6,000 people. So you had the ones that were killed, 1,400 and counting. Okay, so you have the injured. Let's get that. Let's get the injured. The book of Deuteronomy, all right? About 2 precepts and I'm going to close it out. All right? See, I was going to make it short. Deuteronomy. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Deuteronomy. Oh, yeah, there it is. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. All right, so we have the ones that were killed in Haiti, 1,419 and counting. And you have 6,000 estimated, 6,000 that were injured. Let's get that in the scriptures. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. See now that I, Yahweh Shah, even I am he, and there is no God with me. Salaki, I kill 1,400. I kill and make alive. I wound, injured. 6,000 are injured. When you're injured, you're wounded. Okay? Whether it be on any part of your body, it could be from the head. It could be from one of those concrete blocks falling on top of your head. But the Most High kept you alive. And he kept you alive to a strong possibility, okay, to set you up for something greater than that. If you Israelites don't repent. He says, I have stretched out my hand to a rebellious people all day, and they have not regarded. They haven't even reverenced me. What do I got to do to you? I got to kill you. That's the only way. Why should you be stricken even more? The more affliction and pain I put upon you, you still don't want to get it. You still don't want to get it right. I got to take you out. Just call the spirit back to the spirit realm, and that's going to be a wrap for that. All right? Tired of playing with you. All right? That's how that's going. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So once this judgment is set, it's no doctor, no pharmaceutical. You can't talk your way. You're not getting out of this. Once the judgment has been set, that's a wrap. And Yahweh Shah sits on the throne, okay, as a king is, okay, waiting for the Elohim to come back and let him know how it was, okay. Because remember, they do what's pleasing to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, according to Sirach, the 39th chapter. All right, I had one more precept. All right, what was that? Yeah, that might be it. I think that was it. I had in 2nd Ezra 9. Yeah, that was it. All right. Let me see. Matter of fact, let me get that, man. All right, because this is who did that, man. All right, the Yahweh Bashim Yahushua sent the Elohim to do this, man. All right. This is Sirach chapter 39, all right, in verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury, and the fury is what talking about the fury of the Lord, the wrath. The Most High, through Yahweh Shah, being pissed off. Okay, that's the fury. And the Elohim, the holy angel, they take on that fury. And watch this. It's what they do when they take on that fury of the Lord. Okay? Which in the time of the Salaki, which in the fury lay on sword strokes, in the time, that's that word time again, we read about that in 2nd Ezra 9th chapter, of destruction, they pour out their force. It's the time to pour out their force through an earthquake. He could have killed you, Israelite, 1,400 of you, and counting any kind of other way. But I'm going to get rid of you, all of you at one time. Through an earthquake, a massive earthquake. First I killed out 220,000 of you fucking Levites. Now I'm going to get you again. Okay? And appease the wrath of him that made them. Appease is what? Pleasing. Okay? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is happy. You carried it out. You did exactly how we held the council. You said how we was going to take it out, and you carried it out to the perfection. Because the heavens are perfect. Yahweh Shah, the Elohim are perfect. Beautiful. Okay? A beautiful death. All right? Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. And this is the vengeance of the Lord right now. Okay, and he's just getting started. All right, facing the east, according to Daniel 6 and 10, Ezekiel 8 and 16, giving all infinite honor and glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Harakah Kodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, rule and teach well, and peace and blessing and salutation to the elect men who push this gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in these last days, as foretold in the scriptures. Shalom, Abba, Kwam Yashala.